Welcome to another episode of Life and Whiskey. As always, I am Jordan. Today we are going to look at Lagavulin Distillers Edition. Now, this is supposed to be the 2023 edition of this. Sorry, let me bring up the price. I think it was $145, but I don't remember. It's supposed to be the 2023 edition of this. Nowhere on here can I find 2023, and it's kind of a shame because on all my other distillers editions it specifically states on the bottle what year it is, and this one does not. So my other two bottles have the date, the year right here, when it was distilled, when it was bottled, but this one does not, and I am a little disappointed in that. However, Lagavulin, can never be disappointed in Lagavulin. Yes, my wife and I already tried this. Um, and I bought this from the. Sorry, looking at things. Distillers Edition, $145. Blackwell's Wine and Spirits, San Francisco, California. Bought it. They ship it to me. I like it. It comes in a really, let me just show you quick, a really good heavy-duty box. They package it well, where everything is in its own independent silo with styrofoam around it. I have not had any bottles break from the two orders that I have gotten from them. They've showed up. You do have to have a signature of somebody over 21 to receive it on the day that it arrives. That's the only crappy part, because you basically waste an entire day waiting for it to show up, because of course, delivery services, I think it's FedEx that delivered that one, couldn't tell you like, hey, we'll be here between 2 and 3 or something like that. No, you gotta waste your whole day waiting for it. But it's whiskey. It's totally worth it. $145. Not a bad deal. Been very, very happy with the previous two Distillers editions that we have gotten. I think we bought both of those in Gillette. Paid about $125, I think, for those. Paid $145 for this one. Did think about passing it up for a minute and just driving over to Gillette to see if they got it. But then, you got fuel and time and all that other stuff. And I thought, well, forget it. We'll just buy it. And bought a couple other things. We bought the Bardstown Origin Series and the what was it, Blade and Bow. And then I also, which will be the next review, would be this Lafroig. And it is, where is that on here? Carges. Carges is how it says it's pronounced. Cardias. I don't know. We'll talk about that in the next one. But here we go. Really big fan of the Lagavulin Distillers editions. I'm going to do a review of the three that I have head to head, see who comes out on top. The only downside is my other two bottles, I believe, are getting pretty low. So hopefully there's not too much impact due to oxidization. Why can I not say that word right now? Oxidizing. How about that? Coming in at 43% ABV, 86 proof. It does say, boy, I can't really read off the label, so we're going to read off the box. Double matured in Pedro Jimenez seasoned American oak casks. Yeah, let's get into it here. Anything else you need to know? I don't know. I got these two bottles currently, and then I'm out of bottles at the moment, so we'll probably get some other content rolling here. Today is July 27th, 2023, and I am going to be, man, AC's kicking on, it's hot outside. I'm going to be releasing this video, let's see, today's Thursday, so Friday is 28th. And then Saturday's 29th. So July 29th is when this video is going to drop. So going to be running out of videos here pretty quick. Elk season's quickly approaching. We are almost into August. Let's see, 30th, I'll be headed out for elk season. So There we go. Oh man, you just can't go wrong with any Lagavulin product. Even the 8 that I have is, yes, it's young and it's not as well developed, and the notes are a little bit spiky and sharp because they haven't mellowed and blended, but it's not in a bad way at all. Lagavulin 16 is what got me into peated Scotch. Um, the Distillers editions are amazing. The Nick Offerman releases, we had number 2 and number 3. Number 2 was the Guinness cask, and that is fantastic. Number 3 is the American White Oak Extra Char. It's good. Don't get me wrong, it's just not as good as what the Guinness cask was. And now, remind you, that's an 11 year. The 16 year is just golden. The one I have not had because I cannot find it for a reasonable price. So I can get Lagavulin 16. I found it as cheap as $66 here locally, kind of standard. At the cheap spot is $92. Kind of hovers between 100 and 120 at kind of all the other places. I have not found a 12 year for less than $125. And why would I pay that when I can get 16 for less than that? So that is one I have not dipped my toe into yet. If I can find one for a reasonable price, I'd be happy to try it. In the glass, it is swampy peatiness, boggy, fruit forward, dark fruit, dark sherry notes, dark plum, a little methanol. Not methanol. Not that at all. Minty. What's the mint flavor? Ethanol? No, I don't know. I'm having a little bit of a brain freeze here today. But it's meth, menthol. That's the word I'm looking for. A little bit on the back end, just a hint of smoke in the nose. It's not overly smoky on the nose, really. That's one thing that I do have to say about the Lagavulin, especially versus the Laphroaig, is on the nose. It smells more swampy, seaweedy, briny, and the smoke really comes through in the palate. So for me, how a Lagavulin it hits is you get a little bit of smoke forward, kind of a woody smoke, and then it goes into some sweet, fruity, floral notes kind of in the middle. That's where I find all the sweetness and the vanillas and the fruits and stuff. And then it finishes with a nice wood smoke with a sea brine to it. That's how most Lagavulins are for me. And then the composition and the depth of those flavors varies from bottle to bottle and from variety to variety. But it's kind of that same thing, and they all meld together. Nothing's really spiky. Ooh, that time it was almost like butterscotch in there as well. A lot of dark fruit. I don't know. It's just good stuff. On the palate, here we go. Yep. Up front, got that wood smoke, a little bit of earthy peatiness in there. It dropped off, went directly into a dry, dark fruit with a sweet vanilla in there. And then picks up on the back end with that earthy, smoky peatiness, some savory ham, and brine, seaside brine. I mean, it literally, like, the profiles and the different variables kind of change around, but like the main flavors always seem to kind of be there. It's just how which one is emphasized and where it goes. I mean, really, Lagavulin is just if you've never had peated Scotch, pick up a Lagavulin 16 to start with, and if you don't like that, you're not gonna like peated Scotch. That's the bottom line. Like, it is kind of like the best introductory because it has a lot of other things going on, but there's a little bit of iodine in there. Man, it's really leaning in that swampy bog flavor. Like, again, I've described it 100 times, but going into a swamp, smelling in the back retronasal, like that's what it tastes like, but in a pleasant way. There's a lot of depth to the palate. Like you could really pick this apart. There's a lot of different things, and actually in the bottle, looking through it right now, I kind of get a little bit of a red hue looking through even the green glass of the bottle. The nose is starting to tamper down a little bit, and more, man, a malty butterscotch is kind of coming out. On a second sip, once again, this always happens to me. The smoke and the peat knock off. I get acclimated to it really quick. That time it was very malt forward, and then a little bit of an ashy smoke, like leftover campfire from the night before. And then sweetness really kind of came in, this dark sherry, plum, almost like a Slivovitz, where it's like that dark plum brandy. And then it pushes into a finish that has a really nice sweet note mixed with a salty brine and a almost a bitter smoke coming together with it. And when I say bitter, like anytime I'm describing those notes with Lagavulin, none of them are harsh. None of them are over the top. They're just leaning into the direction of whatever it is I'm saying. Absolutely love it. Totally worth $145. Great bottle. I'm gonna have to do the head to find out which Distillers edition I got is the best. But I really do like them quite a bit. No, I got nothing to say bad about this. Yeah. Oh man, it's just a good, sweet, malty mid palate. And the more I drink Lagavulin, the more that the sweet flavors of the middle start to edge out a little bit more and take over more and more of the palate. That Pedro Menez is really really noticeable in there. There's almost like sherry forward notes on the palate. I really like that. So once again, Lagavulin Distillers Edition. Supposedly this is 2023, but because I cannot find any dating on anything, hopefully it is. $145, Blackwell's Wine and Spirits, San Francisco, California. I'd like to be able to pick it up for $125 or under, but you never know. But it is delicious. It is great. Go ahead, drop down in the comments down below what you can find it for in your area. Also, what your experience with it is, whether or not you like it or not, or anything else you have to say. I'd be curious to hear what you have to say. If you're watching this, you're probably watching it on BitChute, because I haven't loaded anything on Minds in a very long time. If it's on YouTube, this is 2026 or 2027, God knows when, if the world's still standing by then. And if it's on Rumble, that is just piggybacking off of YouTube, so it'll be about the same. So if you're watching this on Rumble or on YouTube, check out BitChute. That's kind of where I'm doing all my releases. So as always, thanks for watching. You guys have yourselves a great day. Stay tuned for the next video release. So this is Saturday. Going to release the next video on Wednesday, where we're going to look at this Laphroaig. So check it out. Have yourselves a great day. Catch you in the next video.